Okay, there we go.
Hello.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Lumenight Lounge. Right here, I have our guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Tiffy, or you can call me T. Uh, I don't really know how to do introductions. It's so awkward. Um, sorry.
Well, you might not want to die during your introduction.
I choked a bit. I'm sorry. I'm known to be as your local half-elf comfy tea tuber. I do mostly comfy art stream. I mostly do graphic art. Um, yeah. Um, I've been streaming for almost 3 years and been VTubing for almost 2 years. I think that's it. I think that's my introduction there.
Well, for the first part of this podcast, we're going to talk about just more brief introductory stuff. So we'll start off with what made you decide to be a VTuber?
So what made me start as a VTuber? Honestly, generally, I wasn't really planning to become like a type of content creator or some type of, I guess, VTuber streamer in a way. But all I knew was that I just wanted to stream art in general for no reason. Just want to do art, right? And then I guess I made my way around networking, and then I was never like more like a face streamer, so I was more like faceless, and I just had like a little image on the side, right? And then I had some friends that had introduced me to the VTuber community in VTubing world or something. And then I look into VTubers, and it was really interesting, where you can, you know, bring like a character alive and behind the screen, and have a persona in type of way, but also be more comfortable streaming and have fun with it. And the more I explore about the VTubing community and the VTuber side of things, like a lot of it's an expensive hobby, yes, but just like going through as a PNG and whatnot, I learned a lot. So and I was like really interested in it, and then I still learned a little bit more about VTubing as well. So it's nice to discover and be part of the community as well.
You mentioned that you streamed for a year, but you VTubed for 2 years. Before you were like VTubing, what were you doing beforehand for that year before?
Um, so I started streaming during when COVID was happening, around that time. I was mostly still doing art, mostly. Um, we were just vibing, just like casually stream. Yeah, I started streaming December 2020. And I got affiliate around that time. And then I was still pretty much just doing art the entire time. And then once I discovered the VTubing community, that's when I started like being a VTuber. I don't know if that answers it, but I hope
It does. What's one of the challenges that you faced when you started VTubing?
I'm not particularly sure what challenges I faced. I think I would probably say like maybe like trying to get to understand more of like the community itself. But I think I was pretty much more like exploring the entire time. So I explored my way out through streaming and VTubing, and I think I was probably struggling with figuring out what I want to do from that route and how I can like do as much with what I have, which I pretty much just stream on a laptop. So I just try my best to do as much, but I somehow was able to make my way through to where I'm at now. I don't know if I faced some challenges. I may have faced some challenges, maybe figuring out like how can I entertain people, but I think just being yourself and like just like figure out things along the way, just kind of like wing it, and just kind of like go along with what you feel most comfortable and what you want to bring out. Like how at least like you have a plan, like how you want to build your community, and how you want to like get people to find your stream enjoyable in some type of way.
Have you ever decided to do something other than art for your streams?
So yes, I have, but since I particularly don't have a PC, but once I do have a PC, I do really want to stream games in the future when that happens, and do many things alongside that too, and hopefully that I can expand out more with my streaming. But it will definitely take some time, but I think it will worth a while for that time when it comes around.
You mentioned that you mainly just use a laptop. You still use just a laptop around, that's correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
What advice do you have for other people that just have a laptop? Because I know that there's quite a few people that are just starting off with laptops right now too.
So I know some people have gaming laptops, some doesn't really have a gaming laptop, and that is okay. I think if you're starting as a streamer or a VTuber, as a VTuber, I think set up as a PNG to save like the lag and RAM and stuff. That will help, but I think just work your way out of it and do the best that you can, and I would say just wing it, just enjoy and have fun with what you really want to do and what you want to enjoy. Like, I never thought I would get myself this far to enjoy streaming, and I actually do enjoy streaming, just like talking to chat. I talk to chat a lot when I stream and just vibe and hang out, and it's just like having like a one-on-one talk and just what you feel most comfortable in doing, even though like you may not get a lot, or feel like you may not be the as entertaining, but I think just work your way through it. You probably will be fine. Just don't like have so much like expectation, but the more you just like casually like vibe and go stream and go through it, you'll make it by the time it reaches to one of your goals that you want to get through.
Yeah, I guess I was one of the lucky ones. When I first started VTubing, I already had a PC, since building PCs was already like a hobby, a very expensive hobby, but a hobby. So I was like, when I was searching through specs and stuff, I was like, oh, okay, I already have a PC that sustains that, but not everybody needs like $1,000, $3,000 PC for VTubing. Albeit it's convenient, but it is good to know that there are people doing this on a laptop. There was a couple of other people that we had on the show that were, I should have asked them the same question, because I think gosh, I have to ask Eliza again, but I think Eliza's also still on the laptop, so that's really good to know. So as far as your artistic processes, this is the next segment of the show. So for this is actually kind of a cheatsy question, because I've like stalked you on a lot of your streams before, so I technically know the answer to this, but discuss your creative process when it comes to your art streams. Well, not so much starting the stream itself, but like what your process is when you're making art on the stream.
My process,
like how you come up with inspiration for what you want to do and how you act on that inspiration.
I think I kind of gather, so like most of the art that I work on are mostly commissions that I work on, and I just gather like their idea references. Sometimes look at references if I can particularly like make something out of, but try to grab the inspiration and put like some pieces together and put into one work itself. But also like I pick out colors that are like very like easy on the eyes and maybe like a little eye catching here and there too. But when I make my own stuff, I usually try to make something different that's not like as like what everyone usually would have. Like for example, like a tea bag sub badges, right? So I have a tea bag sub badges, but it's also like a mix with like a Japanese lucky charm. So it's like 2 and 2 together.
Oh, I think I saw those.
Yeah, so I try to like, you know, work my way around this, but I feel like there's times like I'm not too creative, but I try to like make something different here and there, but also like a process. Like I think there are times where I do get art burnout, and like once like I recover, I, you know, start having more of the energy and creativeness to expand a little bit more with my work.
Nice. Out of all the works that you've done, which one is your favorite? If you could describe the art piece.
My favorites? I don't know have favorites, but I think when I feel like I've improved something, I feel like I've done something different, a little bit different. Like I do mostly graphic design art, so like some of the event graphics I worked on are like very simple and basic, like organized graphic event designs. But when I had inspiration of making like an envelope type of look idea, like an invitation, right? That's when like I started like seeing like more ideas like popping up and try to like fit the aesthetic of the commissioner.
Thank you for the follow, Minxie.
Oh, Mixie. But yeah, I would say that's probably one of my best work I did. But I would say I don't have favorites, but I think when there's like something like I feel like, ooh, the Oz, right? That's when I start getting like excited, like, oh, I'm getting there somewhere with the work.
You're just like, oh yeah, that one right there, that's definitely going in a portfolio.
Yeah.
That's a featured piece.
Mm-hmm.
I had like a follow-up question in mind, and now I can't remember it. Oh my gosh. Oh, how are you? Well, okay, now I have two. Hopefully I remember them both. How did you come up with the inspiration or design of your own model?
So my handle or my aliases had been around. It kind of connects with my nickname / RL name, which is pretty obvious, but also it kind of suits in a way where I do like tea and I like the color green. So basically I'm a green tea VTuber, basically, obviously. um,
Wow, I would have never guessed.
And so like, yeah, I get confused as matcha. I'm not matcha, but I'm just green tea. And
I'm matcha, but I'm not green.
So most people say my name as T-Fi or T-Flea. Like I don't know, they think that I will be an L or something.
Bye.
But it's pronounced as T-Fi, as close to my name, Tiff or Tiffy or Tiffany, basically. Let me see. So my design, for my design, I enjoy like casual, like street casual wears, right? And I took on my outfit design on like Korean like fashion, Korean aesthetic, Korean casual wears. And so like I have a friend who's an artist and a VTuber who helped me with my design character. And she came up with the idea with the tea leaf on my head and the green hair on the ends. And so then I really liked that, so I was like, excited how it looked. And my old outfit was very boring before. I feel like there was like no brighter colors. There was like, not really stylish in a way. So then with this design that I had looked in Pinterest, I was able to capture the aesthetic that I wanted and like try to have like more of like a bright feeling, like a bright, comfy type of look, and have some color that is like eye-catching with the theme and the design.
What's your favorite color palette to work with?
I think I enjoy more of like neutral and different like light to dark shade of greens.
I would have also never guessed. What I must know, what color is your bedroom in real life?
Gray.
Oh my god.
Beige.
No green nowhere?
Not really. I do have some like fake plants around, if that counts.
Oh no, not the fake plants.
Some green there, but I also have like anime posters around, so like I would have like, so let me see. I have a Elon poster. I have let me see. This Spirited Away poster. So of my artist friends' artwork. I have some Genshin posters. I have a Gura poster. And I have like these like fairy lights, and then I also have like hanged up some Polaroids on them.
You named a lot of posters. How much wall do you have left?
I have like it's only like half of the wall is like filled up, but not too many. Yeah.
Because you said I only have a few posters, and then proceed to have a whole list.
Because like the posters I have are like small print and some like medium-sized prints.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
My mom paints a lot. She does marbling paints, and she's outrageously good. I keep wanting to sell her paintings on Etsy because some of them are kind of big. Some of them are like I almost said 5 foot. None of them are 5 foot. They're not that big. They're like 2 by 3.5, stuff like that, canvas size. So a lot of our walls are filled with her paintings. They're all abstract, but they all match our bedroom. It's like a neutral gray, black white tone with a specks of gold in it. So those paintings are everywhere. And then the TV is mounted. So really, I'm the one that doesn't have a lot of wall left.
I see.
Do you have any lore behind your VTuber?
I do have a lore. I actually worked with a lore artist. Well, not artist. A lore writer, a friend of mine. She helped me with this idea. Like I explained, like I wanted something like cute and funny in a way, because like I feel bad for saying this, but I had mentioned this before. I was like telling some friends too about this. I was like, I wanted my lore to be different. I feel like most people's lore are pretty sad. No offense to that. I feel like most people's lore are really sad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I wanted my lore to be different and something funny and like I guess like you would say entertaining in some type of way. So my lore writer she came up with this idea of like a Studio Ghibli feel. And basically, I can give you like a small outline of it. Let me pull it up so I know what I'm looking at. Okay. So basically, I was born and raised in a farm, but as like a tea tree sapling, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then there was like this magical what is it? A magical star that had fell on me specifically, right? And I wasn't like growing like as any other tree, right? And then the farmer had found two little feet. This is with gremlin tea, as a baby, and was just sleeping, and then woke up. And then fast forward, she gets paid in sugar cubes by helping the farmer grow the other tea tree saplings. And along with that, she was like really like, she was like kind of like greedy, wanting to get more sugar cubes, right? So she was climbing her way up to the the cabinet door, or I guess cabinet doors, where like you storage like ingredients and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was climbing on there, and then suddenly she fell in the teapot, and the teapot had like special magical water where she has grown into a human size. And then so after that, the farmer was shocked, and then later on, T had started off with her journey with comfort, and owned her own like cafe tea house shop, and to bring in that that comfy and enjoyable experience with other people in the outside world. And so after that, she was figuring out how to attract more people. So then she saw a group of people was doing like live streaming as well, and they also had like different type of like outfits and stuff. And so she was exploring and figuring out who they were, and then she saw on the TV that they're the one that's streaming in her store. And so she had took that inspiration and became friends with them, and like also like was able to broadcast her own I guess her shop, and bringing people together with her to the audience. And it was able to bring that comfy and that warmth with others, like sharing that type of like atmosphere with everyone else.
I feel like that star that fell and created made itself into your fertilizer was made with memes and gremlin energy.
Yeah, there is actually a gremlin part that I can actually read out. Let me see, where does it say? So here, I'll read out this part. It's actually really funny, and I couldn't stop laughing. So this part says, it was only Tiffy who was blessed by the star that fell in the sky above the farm, stardust trickling down onto her leaves. And then later on, it goes on saying like, the farmer. Hold on, wait, what was it? Okay, it took several months before the farmer truly realized something was wrong. As her siblings began to grow and sprout all around her, Tiffy remained stagnant, still as small as the day she was planted, just 2 leaves sticking out of the ground. The farmer, confused, decided to wait perhaps a few more weeks just to see if the sapling would grow. When it didn't, he decided to uproot her. As he dug the sapling out of the ground, he was shocked to find that the sapling didn't have roots anymore. Instead, what he dug out was a sleeping girl who could fit in the palm of his hand, snoring as she curled into herself into his gentle grasp. He had no idea how she came to be, but he feared that he couldn't leave this girl on her own. So, he took her home. And then, this is where the funny part gets. He pulled out a shoebox and small washcloth, folding the cloth and placing her on top of the cloth like a bed. As he started to tuck her into her makeshift bed, she began to stir. The girl blinked sleepily as she yawned. She glanced up at the farmer with wide eyes, and the farmer found himself smiling down at the smaller figure. And then, she scrunched up her face. The farmer blinked in confusion. The girl blew a raspberry at him.
That poor guy.
Oh yeah, that's the gremlin baby tea.
Why'd you have to come into this world assaulting people?
She was a baby.
I can charge a baby for assault. It'll be awkward, but I'll still do it.
But yeah, that's one part of it.
One part out of how many?
I think there's two parts that are probably funny, but that's it for now until I, plan to debut.
She woke up and chose violence. Oh, you don't have a plan for a debut yet?
Not yet.
I guess the PC comes first. I would assume.
PC comes first, but because I'm in school, so it's like hard to adjust that. But I think it'll be worth the wait for a while. Hopefully.
Oh, definitely. That's not something that you want to rush into.
Yeah. So I'm taking my time.
With the success and the projects that you worked on already, I'm pretty sure your debut is going to be really good, no matter when you do it.
I got majority of the assets that I needed, so I'm like quite like pre-prepped on pretty much anything I needed.
Are you gonna debut a 2D model as well? Or are you gonna stick with the PNG still?
It'll be this model. It just needs to get rigged, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't sure. I was like, is this a PNG or is this the illustration before the rigging? But this is the illustration before the rigging.
This is the illustration for the rigging.
Oh, have you already chose who's gonna rig it?
Yes, I already have my rigger.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So
the rigger understand my situation, so I've already communicated with them.
Well, that's good. Way to think ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna go on to our next segment, which is more so economy and finance. We did touch on it a tiny bit when it comes to financing for assets. I guess the biggest assets right now is the actual PC. What type of PC were you looking on getting, or have you thought about that yet?
I haven't really thought anything further about it because I have friends that knows like what I needed. I don't know a lot about PCs, to be honest, but I like all I know is that I needed particular parts for for everything to like work.
You should get a 4090. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Just go straight up top of the line. I actually don't even know how much a 4090 is. I'm gonna look that up right now.
I trust my friends that knows what I need to get, so I'm just like taking my time. So there's no rush to it.
Huh? No, that's good. I wasn't saying hunt to you. I was saying hunt to the thing. It says the NVIDIA RTX 4090 has been canceled. There will not be a 4090 anymore, they said. What the heck? That's weird. Oh wow, 4 days ago, they actually canceled the release of the 4090 Ti. All right. That's right. It says one. Yeah, that's what I saw. It was gonna go for like 1.5K. just for the graphics card, which is crazy. If you ever do, if somebody actually does, and if you do have the funds to spend on a 4090, first of all, you will not need a graphics card for the next 10 years, and because your everything would be running on a straight brick, because that thing is a brick. It's huge. Because I have a 3080, and it's good for, well, everything, but it's still overkill for VTubing. Because I can stream Overwatch at max settings, and there's really no need to do any of that. That, and I have an Overwatch problem in general.
I see.
Thank you for the follow. How has the economy in your country affected you being a VTuber, if it has at all? Because it has it for some, and it really has for others.
I really don't know. I don't really pay attention a lot to the economy. I would say so. I would say grocery is likely very expensive, or like a lot of like food places are expensive now, like in increases. That's what I can probably say. I think everything else is like pretty mid.
Because I have one friend, and she's from the Philippines, and she also said that it didn't affect her VTubing career per se, but just onions are just egregiously expensive in the Philippines.
I think what can affect my VTubing or streaming is probably school. It's school. I think just balancing everything out, but I think I'm taking it pretty easy or casual, because like I'm also taking commissions in, so a bit here and there. I don't like go out too often, and I don't really spend too much, so it's like just pretty like somewhat balanced in a way, if you don't like go out a lot or spend too much. That's true. Except that Minnie probably has spent a lot on games or gacha. Yeah.
Speaking of gacha, chat says that Genshin is gonna need a 4090. You know what? You're probably right about that, especially with Fontaine.
I used to spend a lot on Genshin. I stopped playing Genshin, so I may have to come back to Genshin because I spent so much money on it, but I don't remember the last time I was on it, but it's probably been a year now.
A year? Oh my god.
Maybe a year. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Honkai Star Rail, I probably spent like $20 or $25, and that was it.
I haven't spent anything on Honkai. I'm past the $100 mark on Genshin, but I'm not that far past it.
I'm past $100 mark on the Genshin too.
In chat saying that onions specifically are expensive. How much are onions from y'all from? Because y'all all saying that there's something wrong with onions. Onions where I'm from are a normal...
I really don't know. I don't really pay attention to a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to a lot of this stuff. I think, if, you know, you're the type of person that goes out for like boba, that's pretty much your entire money, like, spending for many things.
For boba?
For boba, yeah. That's pretty much I mean, who doesn't buy boba?
No, well, yeah, we do have I mean, I love boba. Hence the boba on the counter. I love it. But boba isn't really that expensive here. I did talk to another VTuber friend, and like, for example, I would spend like $5 to $7 on boba, $5 to $7 at Starbucks. But one friend, she says that Starbucks is like a luxury coffee chain from where she's from. So if you want to get like a large or a venti coffee from her country, it would be like $17.
Oh wow.
And I was like, okay, so I really don't want to know how much boba is where she's from.
Boba here is at least between $5 to $8.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a normal boba price. At least to me, that's a normal boba price.
Yeah, it's normal.
But like 17 for the Starbucks is a no for me.
one of my friend went to Taiwan recently, and he told me that Taiwan's boba price was 80 cents in US dollars.
80 cents?
80 cents in US dollars. I mean, because boba is made in Taiwan.
Oh, well, yeah. I have to think about it for a second. I wish I would gain a lot of weight if boba was 80 cents here, so I guess that's a good thing. I would have boba like every day, but boba does have a lot of, well, American boba has a lot of sugar, but American everything has a lot of sugar.
I wonder how Taiwan take care of I wonder if anyone have lactose intolerance, because I'm lactose intolerant.
Me too! I just don't care!
But like, here's the thing, I don't get a lot of tapioca nowadays, but like, I don't really often get a lot of milk tea, so there's times I get like fruit tea drinks or tea drinks mostly.
Tea drinks are really good. Matcha or boba addiction is showing. Oh
no.
I don't know what you're talking. Wait a minute. I can solve that right now, Chad. I can solve it. You just hide the boba. Just make it disappear.
Oh.
No, bring it back.
It magically disappeared.
Exactly.
I mean, they spilled in they spilled on the floor.
Oh no! You have to save the boba. What are you? Oh my gosh, we could go on a whole entire chat about boba. Exactly. What are your favorite bobas? Mine is brown sugar milk tea, and with honey. I guess mine is pretty simple compared to other ones. What's yours, T?
I don't know if I would say I have favorites, but I particularly go with like depending which places has a certain boba drink, but my go-to would likely be like I've been interested in like getting like milk cap, or you call it seafoam drinks in them. So like I know Gongcha is like a chain company, so I would get their either oolong or either green tea or black tea seafoam milk tea usually. And then there are times that I would get fruit teas. I enjoy fruit teas more because like it's like very hot and like very like simple and very like refreshing.
Somebody write that down. Write down TV drink.
But I really like getting I like for milk tea I would get either jasmine milk tea or just green milk tea pretty much.
I haven't tried the green ones as of late. I should do that. I should actually try the green ones.
It's not bad. I do enjoy oolong or jasmine milk tea. But yeah, my go-to teas would be like oolong, jasmine, or green tea.
I really like oolong. You can't really go wrong with oolong, really.
Cold, yes, cold. I like hot and cold. I usually, so for jasmine and oolong tea is mostly hot. I mostly get hot tea for it. For green tea, I sometimes do ice on it.
I haven't had, well, I usually, when I have a matcha latte, it's almost always iced, but it's always been like 90 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit where I'm at currently.
I think the Starbucks matcha frappe or matcha something that they have there, I think there's a lot of caffeine in there, so I remember when I was younger I had it. It made me really sleepy.
Sleepy?
Yeah, it made me sleepy. I think it was like a lot of caffeine probably.
I think this is somewhat accurate. I saw on a medical history report that if you try something that's overly caffeinated and it makes you tired, that's a symptom of ADHD. Because caffeine will overload your brain and it'll make you tired instead. Because you're like, if you think about it, it's like trying to charge a full battery There's like,
Yeah.
you'll overload the battery and then you'll shut it down that way.
I see.
I have ADHD. That's the only reason why I read it.
I don't have a yellow hair chroma.
What? Lemon matcha. Baby numbers? What are y'all talking about? Wonder if T debuts with a yellow hair. Okay, alright. Oh my gosh.
Alright.
On to the next one. We're still somewhat in the science and technology section. Well, I guess Boba has a. We're still in science and technology. We're talking all about Boba, but
talking about a lot of Boba lately.
a lot of yeah. I mean, Boba's great. If you were to start over as a VTuber with the same access to resources that you have now, what type of steps would you take to become a VTuber again? Or will you go back on the path of being a VTuber if you have to like start your content journey all over?
If I were to start my journey over, because I don't really like to stream with the cam on, I would likely go as a VTuber. I think I just need to make my research to it and then like build and find a community towards it and how like I can attract my viewers or audience and like a type of vibe that I can bring in. When I first started, I was getting a lot of compliments with my voice. Like it was like very like comfy for people. So I think bringing like the comfy vibes was something that had created this like the stream atmosphere that I'm building.
I agree. You do have a very comfy and soft voice.
Oh, thank you.
I think my voice is comfy up until I have to play Stardew and deal with Marnie, and then I get mad.
I think once I start to stream with the, with the PC, right, I can probably likely become gremlin. It's a whole different side that I think that's something people would be surprised or be interested in like watching, but like I will still have the comfy side too. I think it would just be like a mix of both once I have a PC and start streaming games. I think it's gonna be very interesting and entertaining for people to see that side.
Chat, we have to convince T that she has to try ASMR.
Actually, I had tried ASMR before. I wasn't too confident with it because I wasn't sure like how to approach it or like if it brought interest to people, so I wasn't really like full on for it.
I have a VTuber friend that does ASMR. Like that's all she does is ASMR. And I asked her about like what type of mic she uses and her little process. Not on the show, of course. I just asked her in DMs, and she was like, "You know what? I just like grab random stuff and I play with it." Like she would have a squishy ball. She would just squish it next to the mic, or she'll have. The one thing that she said she had the most fun with was like beads and the sound of beads and water. Like she would drop beads in water all the time. It just make her. She says that she would use things that makes her brain happy. And so if her brain's happy, then like her audience is usually happy because they all share the same brain. Not even my words; these were hers.
I see.
And I was like, oh yeah, I still wouldn't 100% know how to get started with that, but it was pretty interesting. But she also does have like a $300 condenser mic and amplifier, so it's like, so there's that. Because I was like, wow. And then she had this other mic and condenser set, and it was like $1,000 on her throne. I was like, whew, ASMR is no joke. But she's doing what makes her happy, so that's really cool. How do you feel about the role of technology? Because technology is growing extremely fast. And there's a lot of different types of assets that are out. Like, it's easier to make assets. It's easier to have your own stuff. And of course, there is the controversial topic of AI and everything. With the fast-paced growth of the VTubing community and with technology in general, how do you think that this will affect your journey in the future?
I think without technology, I think streaming wouldn't be a thing. Um, or like we would have like a lot of like free resources that we would have today compared to like how the older generation had their own resources. And our resources now is very useful that we can do many things, and like we can pretty much do anything with a lot of the technologies that are still like being invented and being explored around. And I think the use of technology is pretty it's expanding a lot of like things that you can do, such as like 3D printmaking, what people are doing nowadays, and like that's like the art aspect of that, but also like selling stuff, and also like a way to network and a way to like do like online shopping and like stuff, right? Or actually like people wanting to do work at home can actually working at home like remotely, and then like having a chance to explore around and finding people or like meet new people too along the way. And actually like for artists, they're able to have that network, or the network of sharing their art, and having the attraction or the attention to have piqued a lot of people's interest in their work, and being a fan of it, and many more things. Like there are like a lot of people out there that are creative and talented, even though there are many people say they don't have talent. But I think everyone has talent, is showcasing their personality or persona and showcasing themselves. Something like
that. That's a really nice way of looking at it. Did you ever have a moment where you felt like you were kind of stumped on finding your own talent? Although I know that you kind of touch point on that you've been doing art for a long time. Have you ever had a moment where you kind of doubted yourself when it came to your content?
I think I felt like I was limited on resources or things I need at the time. I think that's probably something that I would say I'll be doubting about. But overall, I don't think so. I don't think so. Not at all.
Chess is very positive. I see what you did there. Have you ever had a moment where you wanted to change what type of content you wanted to do altogether?
I have. I think there's times I feel like I'm not doing enough, in all like being honest and being transparent about it. I do feel like there are times like I feel like I'm not doing enough because I don't have a PC, I can't do much, but I only just stream art. But I don't want to like have that negative thought, so I just try to like find a way to like entertain chat, which I mostly talk a lot. I talk a lot. I like talking a lot on stream and like try to connect with my audience a lot while I do art, and just just vibe and just kind of like wing along with it.
How would you describe your community?
There were moments that I would talk the most random thing, and then sometimes chat tends to troll me a lot. Or like, think I'm really sus, but I'm not sus. I think there's like some things like I say that are kind of like, I don't know, like off topic that not many people would expect me to say, I think, or do. But I would say my community is pretty chill, pretty welcoming. I'm very nice and supportive and like very understanding. But I will say I think the community I've been seeing that I have built is very very understanding, because like there are topics that I had talked about life, or like realistic things, like let's say like friendship wise, or like like life relating things pretty much in a way.
I don't know, man. All that sounds like something a sus person would say.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Oh. I'm sweating.
Oh my god. Slapped it on the thumbnail. T has been exposed.
Oh no.
Oh gosh, I would never put that. Someone somewhere is gonna take that as so out of context.
I hope no one thinks that.
No,
way.
I doubt it. Well, I mean, you never know what. There are some weird people out there. I don't think you're sus.
I think what I've been seeing, like some people that has been coming to my stream, they're like, "Oh, this is a very nice, comforting stream," or like very chill vibes, and like some people like I know there's some people that has me in the background and just like hear me talk, and then sometimes they'll pop in and say something, or either like there are times like they would co-work with me when like so let's say people have me in the background do homework or do like work, right? And then I just like pretty much just do my art and just talk and vibe.
I feel like she called me out.
I mean, that's everyone. Everyone literally does. I know people lurk.
The terrible habit that I have is that I lurk on a lot of streams and then I forget to say that I'm lurking. I'll just like come out of nowhere and like probably redeem a hydrate or something and then disappear again. But I don't like disappear because my phone would be like at my office at work. And lately, because it's beginning to be winter, or at least attempting to be winter, it's gotten really slow. And I had another one of my VTuber friends, I had her in the background because she was doing like a 12 or 20, was it 12 or 24? I think it was a 12-hour debut for her new model. And this was like recently. This was like her name is Lena, because she had debuted her model. And this was in the past like week. And I had her like on next to my computer monitor. So like if you were to walk into where my desk is, you're not gonna see my phone immediately because it'll be right directly next to the monitor. I have no idea how to describe this, but my phone would be kind of hidden. We're allowed to have our phones, so I wasn't hiding anything. But when somebody walked over, cause she was chill the whole stream, and then when my coworker walked behind me, all you see is Lena like zoomed into the screen, and she was like, "I am under the water. Please help me. I'm under the water." She was just saying that. And my coworker was just staring at me. He was like, "What is that on your screen?" I was like, I was like, she's a demon, and she's talking about how she hatched from an egg 22 years ago.
Oh man. It reminds me, I don't know, it sounds like it kind of reminds me when people like are on Twitter outside in public, right? And then like something like very sus like shows up on the feed and you have to like quickly scroll away.
I did that again. It was at work. I don't know what my coworkers think.
I think that happens to a lot of people. So it's not just you. I've heard it from friends too.
That's why there's a content warning. But there was like one when my coworker almost caught me slipping. It was one of my VTuber friends, and she was like, "I love the design. I'd put it on a body pillow." And it was a body pillow design, but she was clothed, but it was a lot of skin. Still.
Oh.
It was really cute, and I was just like, whoop. Just gonna go just quickly drop that like and just move on past that. Yeah, that was almost me. That was almost me too.
Oh jeez.
It's always the wrong moment too. Like somebody's whole
It's
entire
always the worst time. It's always the worst timing with people. I'm just like I remember like it's kind of like so there's like certain like weird topics, like well not weird, but like there were like moments in the topic like I would like talk about, or either like moments like I just randomly ramble about, and then people come into the stream what the fuck is going on? And I'm just like, I can't explain. I remember this was one time, I can talk about this. So like, I was making a thumbnail for my best friend, right? On stream, and then like he was there, and then some of my friends were there, right? My friend popped in, and then she saw me putting a Yoshi on my friend's model on like on the chest area, right? And like later, a few minutes later, I got raided. Awkward a moment ever. I'm just like, I can't explain. This is not what it looks like. It was so funny.
How would you even talk your way out of that?
Wait, what?
How would you even talk your way out of that?
I just say like, well, they kind of wanted this, but this is also a thumbnail, so, you know, we were just doing, our things.
Oh my gosh. Not the just our things.
I think they got a gist of it, but I think it just brings out a funny side of me. Well, I won't say I don't think I'm funny, but I think it just brings out a different like side, but like a funny moment on stream.
Yeah, that's definitely a clippable moment.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever had I guess I haven't had it yet. I haven't had a time where I got raided at a weird time yet. Well, actually, no. I did. I was playing Stardew, and I really wanted to romance this one person specifically. And I was far away from home already. And I had like a mod pack in where you could stay at an inn or a hotel for the night. So I rented a room right next to the person that I wanted to marry. And I was like, I don't know what time they start their day, chat, but we're gonna sit here outside of their door and we're gonna wait. So I waited for like 4 in-game hours right outside their door. And like that's when I got raided. I got raided and I was like, everybody shush, we need to wait for this person to come out of their room so I can romance them and then marry them. I mean, like, long story short, I'm married to that person now in game, so it worked, but I guess that was a real creeper moment that I had. So, you didn't hear this from me, chat, but like, if you want to marry somebody in Stardew, all you have to do is stalk them. Stalk them, find out their favorite stuff, don't tell them how you found out, and just be a creep, and then you can marry whoever you want. Exactly. Easy. GG easy.
What?
That's my Stardew tip for the day.
Interesting.
Oh my gosh. Now we're gonna go into influences. Who influenced you to be a YouTuber? Jesus. A VTuber, if you do have an influence. Yeah.
I really don't know. I would say who got me into VTubing would be my 3 friends. The first VTuber friend I made is her name is Ama, but her handle is Amaryllis. She's a blue Oni VTuber. She does art. That's when I had found her stream. And then when she raided to another VTuber who goes by Lazarin. Lazarin has shown me a lot about more stuff with VTubing. He even showed me about Fuyi, like with the PNG and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Then, you know, I started exploring more. And then my IRL friend, he goes by Luna Chifuyu. She actually like had talked a lot about Niji Sanji a lot, and I started to explore a lot more. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I started finding out a bit about Hololive and stuff. And then, you know, I was pretty much just doing my research and exploring more. And then I found out, like, oh, I didn't know, like, you know, mod art was a thing. And then I was, like, really, like, attracted by the art and, like, people's, like, work ethics and, like, how they, you know, design the characters and, you know, make it, like, live and help people like help other streamers or new VTubers, come to life.
You fell into a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And
Very interesting journey, I will say.
I think we all did, but come on, who doesn't want to be a real life anime girl or guy?
Mm-hmm.
Or both or neither, because some people aren't even people. No shame. Yeah, exactly, chat. No shame at all. Do you have like a main VTuber that you look up to now, or is it just kind of VTuber? You look up to VTubers and just friends in general?
I don't think I have a VTuber that I look up to. Well, actually, I do have an Oshi that I look up to like, I'm not say very recent, but like, somewhat recent in a way. But I looked up to her because of her work and like her graphic design stuff and like her connections. You guys probably will have heard of her. She goes by Orihime. She does logos for Niji Sanji mostly. Mostly a lot of logos for Niji Sanji. Talents.
Oh. Not when you said Orihime, I was like, of course I knew that you were talking about a VTuber, but my mind went straight to Orihime from Bleach. I was like, she's a VTuber
now? No. But no, yeah, she goes like Orihime. Yeah, and then like I found out like she had followed me too. So that same day that she followed me was Contel VA had followed me on Twitter, which was really interesting to wake up to.
My one thing on Twitter that since I'm newer to VTubing, if somebody like really huge follows me, I wouldn't even know or notice because I don't look at the size of people.
I've heard of Contel and Orihime, but I wasn't expecting a follow from them, especially Contel. I was not expecting a follow from Contel. They both follow me on the same day but at different times, and I was shocked. I was like, wait, am I seeing this right?
Oh my gosh.
I was mind blown. I was like literally just like, I wake up and I usually just be on my phone for a while, right? Just to like, vibe for a bit until I decide to like get out of my bed. But I woke up just vibing and I got a notification on Twitter and I saw those two follows and I was like, complete shock.
You're just like, whoa, what is happening here? What was the last thing I posted?
I think those are like pretty much the only big content creators or VTubers that had followed me.
Oh my gosh. The tea was overwhelmed. Well, at least that way you know that you're going into the right direction when it comes to your journey. She was shook.
I was like, well, I wasn't really expecting it because like I don't tend to like expect too much. Like I don't like have high expectations on a lot of things. But I'm still learning and growing, so I just kind of like wing it most of the time and just vibe and do like what I can. But it's an honor. So I I just vibe.
Have you ever had a moment in time where you knew that you paid maybe too much attention to the numbers?
Before when I was like a VTuber, I think when I was like growing, when I was like making my way to 1,000 follows, that's when like I was like sort of paying attention to numbers around there and also viewers. But then I think after I reached like 1,000 follows, like I don't think it really mattered for me that much. This is for Twitch streaming that time. But then I just like kind of kept it casual, so it doesn't really matter to me. But like now I look at viewer numbers in my algorithm as in like a way to like find a way to grow and how can I approach my viewers and like finding growth from there. But on Twitter, I didn't really know how to use Twitter at first. And when I started like getting to VTubing and being more serious with VTubing and content creating at the time, I was, learning a lot, and my art mama had talked a lot about or showing like about algorithm and stuff, and worked the way with like tweets. That's when like I started like observing and figuring out like algorithm, and that's when I did like my own research and like figuring out like a good timing to post or tweet things or certain things. So just kind of kept it casual, but also like pay attention to like small details.
Gotcha. I never touched Twitter before I was a VTuber.
Oh, really?
I didn't
touched
see a
Twitter
purpose
before, but I just never knew like how to tweet.
Never knew how to post a tweet.
Yeah.
I didn't really know a purpose for it. I kind of now see it as a networking hub for VTubers is kind of how I see it. But if I wasn't a VTuber, I'd probably never use Twitter.
Yeah, I think Twitter's a good way to network, but right now Twitter's, or I guess you call it X now, it's pretty shit right now with all the changes.
Oh, I agree. It's pretty terrible. I didn't know that they took away, like if you tried to search up someone's name and nothing would show up, but it would show a little picture of that chicken instead saying, oops, what you tried to look for isn't here. They took those little images away. They took the chicken images away.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that. I just like too much changes. Like,
yeah, I didn't notice it either until somebody said it, and then I typed it in and it wasn't there, and I was like, now what was the purpose of that? That was bothering nobody.
Yeah, I don't know, but whatever Elon Musk is doing.
Well, Elon used to leave Twitter alone and just go back to space or something. I don't know.
I wish Twitter was back how it was before. It was fine.
It was literally fine. They also rumored to take away the block function. Yeah.
Yeah, but they can't do that because it's part of terms of service for
Google and Apple Play. Google.
Yeah.
Google
like
Play.
I think it was
and
like Apple. Yeah.
Like for social media, you have to have a blockable function so that you can, not have creeps all the time. Twitter is pretty cringe right now. Yes, it is really cringe. Like not even just the algorithm. I mean they could, but they would lose money. Yeah, they probably could. I just think I have no idea why they changed it, especially to X of all things, because now it just seems like it's a porn site more than anything.
And I heard the icon. Oh my god.
Yeah, like from somebody that has a master's degree in fine arts, I don't think that was the greatest decision in the world, because now it just doesn't look like a social media site. It just looks like a very sus rated Tinder site or something.
Yeah, I agree.
Although I did forget sometimes that you can just post anything on Twitter. Like I have gotten like straight up naked people on my timeline like a couple times.
There are times like, so lately I've noticed like the follows I've been getting, like I noticed like the Twitter follow number has been going up and down like very randomly. I think there's like still a glitch on that. But I also noticed like the people, I usually check people who follow me nowadays, because like it's usually like bot accounts or actually like people like, I guess like sexual or porn accounts that follows me, or Bitcoins or like NFT bots follows me. I usually just remove them.
Yeah, I try to block them immediately. Because I had somebody follow me yesterday and they had 0 followers, 1 following, and I was like, oh, that's probably a bot. And then they DM'd me and I was like, yeah, this is a bot. Let me just take them out right now before they ask if they want me to buy something. It was already a sus media outlet, but now there's more GFX bots. Yeah, I think like the whole purpose of the changes was to reduce the amount of bots on the site. Now I feel like there's more. Which
it's so confusing now and then.
Yeah.
with whatever is happening.
I just get on it for the art, really, and for my VTuber friends. That's about it. So we're gonna go to like the second to last segment, a part of this interview, and a part of that is the purpose of this interview is so that you could probably be maybe a year or two, whatever from now, you can look back on this VOD and see your past self and your opinions that you had in the past. If you were to see yourself in the future, what would you like to see in your future self when it comes to your VTuber journey?
Oh man. Hopefully I can stream on PC by then and expand my growth and see the changes from there, from how I started to how, or like where I end up now, I guess, or later. And see, hopefully, like, you know, continue to grow as a person and I guess a fellow content creator and artist as well.
That's really good. When you debut, do you plan on having a down-a-thon, sub-a-thon, anything like that, or just a really long debut stream?
I don't think I want to plan anything too big like that, honestly. I think I just want to, like, you know, just do a debut stream, call it a day, and something like that, and maybe just chill and play some games, maybe.
Oh, yeah, because by then you'll finally be able to do so.
Yeah. Maybe just casual. Just casual.
What type of games would you like to stream?
Definitely some comfy games. Some games that I can play with friends, like a Valorant, League, and some other games to play with friends that they've been wanting me to play.
What happened to Cozy?
Oh, I mean, that's the chaotic side. But cozy games like Coffee Talk would be one. Maybe some Stardew Valley, maybe, or Minecraft.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
It's just such funny wording. I would like to play some cozy games like, you know, League and Valor. I'm gonna do that one day. I'm gonna be like, hey chat, we're just gonna chill out with some cozy games. All right. And then I proceed to boot up Demonologist. I did that like once.
So my friends also wants me to play Apex 2 with them. And
oh Lord.
yeah, so one day, but no, like what I meant to say is like I will play some cozy games that I don't have like a list of yet, but there will be games that I'll be playing, like, you know, all these, you know, not comfy games.
Not comfy. Not Jump King.
But yeah, it's something like that.
I want to play cozy games. Let's play Getting Over It.
Oh no. But I do want to do some like co-working like streams, maybe like you know, continue doing art of course, but also like maybe other like co-working stuff. Like if I were to do like homework and like people can hear like keyboard ASMR stuff. Or
I never even thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I should probably do that at one point. I have one keyboard. Like I have a Ducky 1-2 Mini. I don't know if anybody knows the Ducky brand, but it's a really good brand. I highly recommend it, and I will give you the link to it. I love this keyboard, but it's a 60%, so it's a really, really small keyboard. Like it doesn't have arrow keys or anything like that. It's really tiny. I like tiny keyboards. And I have this other tiny keyboard that's called a Razer Huntsman Mini. And as nice as this keyboard is, this is like, I don't know if you can hear it. This is the loudest keyboard I have. It's freaking terrible. It like screams when I type on it.
I don't think I can hear it.
Okay, good. Maybe it's a good thing because I am typing excessively on it. I tried to set my mic so that it doesn't really pick up my keyboard sounds. Which that was a whole ball game in and of itself. But imagine like, I don't, what is the equivalent of a clicking sound on the keyboard? I have no idea how I would even describe that. I can hear it a little. I guess if I increase the gain, you could probably hear it more, but I'm not gonna do all that. But you guys just let me know if you want like a keyboard ASMR, or I would think about doing a tarot card or a fortune telling stream. I wasn't exactly sure though. But I have like 3 tarot card kits. So if you ever want me to read your fortune to you, I got you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Or if you ever want to play a game together, I got you as well. Although, I also love how you said that your friends recommend it. If your friends recommend Apex, are they really your friend?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they're my like close friends that, you know, I'm dying to play games with them. There's a bunch of games I want to play with them. That's what I will say.
Oh, so you weren't able to play games at all? I thought you could like do it off stream. I don't know what type of laptop you have.
Well, I can play games off stream, but only certain games. Like I can play League off stream. I just don't stream it.
Oh, okay. How long have you been playing League for?
Since COVID.
Oh.
Literally since COVID, so like 2019-ish.
Everything starts with COVID, guys.
Everything starts with COVID. Yeah, that's where that journey begins.
Oh my gosh,
where the journey begins.
You had a very eventful beginning of COVID. You know, have you ever caught COVID at all?
Wait, what? No, never.
Oh, okay. Never. Oh, what's that like? Must have been nice. Because I caught it on the back end when COVID was first starting to die down. I'd never caught it. And then I swear, I put my pinky toe into another state and I caught it. Like immediately. And it was terrible. I had like a 104-degree fever for 4 days. I thought I was going to die.
Actually, the funny thing, like, a relative of mine and I, we're not scared of COVID. We're like not immune.
Not immune.
I have not caught COVID at all ever since.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I've gotten like the vaccine, the first vaccine of the first COVID vaccine, and that was it.
Thank you for the hydrate.
But I've only had like fevers, and I would get like scared like, did I have COVID? But I don't. It was just like a small fever.
You probably like had it, but then your immune system was like, not today, Satan, and just probably kicked the crap out of it or something.
Probably, but no, I'm not immune.
Well, that's good. At least one of us was healthy throughout the whole thing. All right, now we're going to be going to our closing. What is this? Closing thoughts. There we go. Closing thoughts. So what are some of your key takeaways from this interview today? Other than your obsession with boba, but I think you already knew that before you came on.
I already know about obsessions about boba, but okay. I really don't know. I guess, you know, I don't know what to say actually. I think it was nice to be in a podcast. It's pretty chill. It's really fun. Hoping to, you know, do more or be part more of these. Like I like to share things like my experience in like for anyone that's like starting new or wanting to start as content creating or becoming a VTuber, or you know, trying to find a place to start or figuring out resources and whatnot. Yeah, I guess.
What are some final tips that you would like to share before we end things?
Don't have high expectations and a lot of things. Don't expect a lot to happen. Like, you know, don't have a lot. Like, don't be very too hopeful. Like, again, like I said, don't have high expectation. You know, just kind of like wing it, just vibe and just go along with it and just do what you can do to enjoy. And, you know, when that time comes around, it'll come around. Just, you know, have, like, if you have friends or people that you network with or those connections, those are something you would have as a bonus to help you get around. But you know, definitely find other streams and like do your research and like find some streams that pique your interest and, you know, grab those ideas and make your own and be yourself.
I agree with every single one of those. Well, it was super nice having you on the show today. Oh, one thing that I forgot for everybody watching, this is actually the founder of Okimi Cafe.
Oh.
Should have mentioned that at the very beginning.
Well, might as well mention that now.
Well, yeah, so the VTuber group that I'm in was actually founded by T. I guess technically you're my boss.
I won't say Okimi Cafe is a VTuber group. We're not really a VTuber group. We're just like a streaming community team that is both VTubers and streamers. So we like to have a mix, include everyone, and, you know, we help each other grow, support each other, and, you know, try to like we do some charities. So we're also working with WWF. So we recently did that donation charity stream back in June. So we did that, and yeah, we do a lot of things. We hang out. It seems like everyone's all the members are getting along and just vibing out, and it's been pretty active since the new group of members had came, and it's nice. Everyone's welcome to join the Discord. The members do have their own separate hidden channel, but we, you know, share a lot of, like, you know, things together. Like, there's a fitness channel, like one of the members asked to have. So there's, if you guys like fitness, there's the fitness channel. If you guys want to share shows that you're watching, like animes or K-drama, you can also share your travels or you've met any Okimi members. You can also share food and whatnot, art, and whatnot, and find people to play games with and stuff. There's a lot of things you can do in there. But you know, everyone's pretty active lately here and there. That's what I've been seeing. So it's nice to see that and everyone, you know, getting along.
Yep, and we have had a couple of Okimi members on the show recently. For our past members, for Lumenight, if you would like to see the past members, you can go ahead and join the Celestia's Cafe Discord. Once you go there, anybody that has a Lumenight role has been or is going to be on the show, so feel free to check them out. If you'd like to learn more about Okimi specifically, then in my About page, there is an image that'll take you right to Okimi's card, or you can go to Tifi's About, and it's in her About. But everybody's connected there, and it's a lot of fun, and it's really, really fun. Have I mentioned it was fun? You should totally join if you're interested. And it's a good way to find new friends and hang out with people. I've certainly met a lot of really good people. We actually do have a face cam streamer that's going to be on Lumenight within the next, I think, week or two. And she is also a part of Okimi, so that's going to be interesting. I have no idea how I'm going to set that up because it's not like she has a PNG or anything, but we're going to figure it out.
Probably just get like a Discord and crop that out.
Yeah. Oh!
I have it as like a TV screen. Easy.
Okay, well that solves that. But if anybody is interested on being on the show, the forums are always open. There's no deadline. There is a link that is in the chat right now. But yeah, now we're gonna get to closing it. But thank you again, Tifi, for being on the show. It was great to learn a lot about you. I will certainly be stalking your streams as always.
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you for hosting, and it's been fun, and it's great to be in this podcast and be part of it.
It's nice. So everybody, please go and show
Words are
Tiffy some
hard.
love. Your words are very difficult, and it is starting to get later in the night on my end. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it off. Thank you for everybody that's here watching. Love you guys. I'm gonna see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.